2 hours later.
I'm terrible at this thing. I don't think I'll ever be able to. I've had this thing for like 3 years. I've probably picked it up maybe 10 times and I've never been able to, so. But what's up, everybody? Chris Viviano here, and today I want to go over the importance of lighting. So if you're ready, let's go. Lighting is so important because it creates a mood, an atmosphere, and just a sense of purpose to your scene for your audience. Let's dive into a few of the main things that you should know. Now, the first one's gonna be shooting shadow side. All right, so to keep things as simple as possible, shooting shadow side basically means if your key light is placed on the right side of your subject, your camera should be on the left side. What this is gonna do, it's gonna just create a lot more contrast, more depth, and just overall give it a better cinematic feel. Now, depending on how you set up your other lights, this lighting is also referred to as Rembrandt lighting. It was named after a famous Dutch painter in the year, honestly, I don't know. If you know, leave it in the comments below. I just know it's called Rembrandt lighting, and I'm actually gonna look into it after I'm done filming this video. But getting back on topic, the next one's gonna be light direction. So a good rule of thumb when placing your lights is that your key light, which is AKA your main light, you want it to be at about the same distance as your camera at a 45-degree angle. Now, in terms of height, you can play around with this a little bit, but you don't want to go too high, because if you go too high, it's gonna just put too many shadows underneath your subject's eyes, giving a sense of distrust. If you go too low, it's gonna shoot all that light up, and it's just going to, for example, let's do this. I got this small little light here, so if I shoot this up, see, charge your lights, people. This is what happens when you don't charge them. Hold on, let me go get another light. As everybody knows, if you've ever gone camping or told scary ghost stories around a campfire, you always have the evil light underneath your subject's face to kind of create more fear. Which, if you're doing a YouTube channel or something like that, I don't think you want to be lit like this the whole time. All right, so next one's going to be depth. Now, when setting your scene, you want to make sure that you're creating separation between your subject and your background. You don't want your subject to blend in with the background to the point where you can't tell one from the other. It's just going to make everything look too flat. Now, if you're setting up your scene and things are looking a little flat, like I said, there's a few ways you can fix this. One is going to be pulling your subject or yourself away from that background to create more blur. That blur is just going to help you pop from that background. Two is going to be either you or your subject. Just make sure that you're wearing clothes that contrast the background. Now, the other way you can do it is by using lighting. If your subject has a warmer skin tone, for example, you can use a bluish light pointed at your background to create that contrast between your subject and the background. This one, again, kind of like the height of the light, this one you can play around with and kind of make it suit your style. Now let's talk about backlighting. This one's a pretty simple one. You're gonna take a light and you're gonna put it across from your key light at about a 45-degree angle from your subject. Place it up high and aim it down towards about the neck of your subject. It's gonna create a nice light around your subject, also known as rim light or a hair light. It's just gonna make your subject pop from the background. Now, the last one is going to be motivated lighting. And what this means is just make sure that all your light sources hitting your subject make sense. Make sure that if there's a light hitting your subject, for example, me right now, I have my rim light, right? And that's hitting my back. It's giving me light on the back, but right now you understand where it's coming from because you see my backlight. So you see the light on my back, you're like, okay, the light's coming from behind him because of the panel's back there. Now, take that panel away, and now I have to make sure that my audience understands where my light source is coming from behind me. In this case, I'm using these little lights behind me as my motivated light. So you see those lights behind me, you see the light hitting my shoulders, so automatically you think to yourself, all right, that's where the light source is coming from. And that's what motivated lighting is, just making sure that your lighting makes sense. And that wraps up this video for today, everybody. I really hope this video helped you understand a lot better as to why lighting is so important. If it did, hit that like button, subscribe, turn that notification bell on, leave a comment below if there's anything you want me to go over or anything you want me to explain again, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.